Have you ever woken up one day and felt like something inside you has completely changed, but you can't explain what? Like you are standing in the same world, but everything around you feels strange, quiet, and different. The people you used to connect with now feel distant. The things that once made you happy don't make sense anymore. You scroll through your phone, see familiar faces, and realize you no longer belong to the same version of your old life. You feel like a shadow walking through a world that doesn't see you. If this feels familiar, you are not crazy and you are not lost. You are probably entering the final stage of your spiritual awakening. It's the most silent, most powerful, and the most confusing part. Nothing outside looks different, but inside, everything has shifted. When your awakening reaches this stage, something inside you starts to fade quietly. It's not loud or dramatic. It's like waking up from a long dream and realizing that the person you thought you were never truly existed. You stop trying to act like your old self. You stop pretending to be happy in places that drain you. You stop chasing people who don't understand you. I once heard a story of a woman who cried every night because she couldn't connect with her old friends anymore. They were still chasing fame, attention, and validation, while she just wanted peace. She thought something was wrong with her until she realized she wasn't breaking down. She was waking up. The truth is, the more awake you become, the less you fit into the world that's still asleep. At first, it feels like losing everything. You lose your old identity, your desires, sometimes even the people you love. You try to hold on, but life keeps pulling those things away. That's because this stage isn't about adding more. It's about removing what was never truly you. You begin to stop trying to be spiritual. You stop forcing meditation, affirmations, or endless healing. Not because you don't care, but because you understand that spirituality isn't something you do. It's what you are. You find peace in simple things. Breathing, walking, sitting in silence, watching the sky. You start to feel that every moment is sacred, not because of what you're doing, but because of who you're becoming. People around you might not understand. They'll say, "You've changed," as if that's a bad thing. They'll ask why you've become so quiet, why you don't talk much anymore, why you seem distant. You'll smile because you know they don't see what's really happening. You're not becoming distant. You're becoming deeper. You're not losing interest. You're losing illusions. You've stopped trying to prove your worth because now you know it was never something you had to earn. Soon, something strange happens. You start to feel invisible. People don't notice you the way they used to. Old friends stop calling. You walk into a room and feel like no one really sees you. But for the first time, it doesn't hurt. You don't feel rejected. You feel free. You realize that being unseen by others allows you to finally see yourself. You stop needing attention to feel alive. The ego starts to dissolve, and with it goes the need to be liked, praised, or approved. You start enjoying your own company. You watch life quietly and find peace in the silence. The less the world sees you, the more you begin to see the truth of who you are. Then, the world starts to look unreal, but not in a scary way. It feels soft, dreamlike, almost peaceful. The sky looks different. Time feels slower. Even pain feels gentle. You begin to realize that everything is temporary and that nothing outside can truly touch what's inside. You stop reacting to things that once made you angry. You stop fighting with people who don't understand you. When someone attacks you, you feel compassion instead of pain. You see that most people are just acting out their own wounds. You no longer take things personally because you know it's not about you. You awake inside the dream, living in the same world but not from the same mind. You also stop planning your life the way you used to. You no longer need a 5-year plan or a list of goals to feel secure. You stop chasing and start trusting. You let life guide you instead of forcing it. You move when something feels right and stay still when it doesn't. Decisions come from peace, not pressure. And the strange thing is, life begins to flow perfectly. The right people show up. The right moments appear. You realize that everything you once forced now happens naturally. You learn that surrender is not weakness, it's wisdom. The more you trust, the more life supports you. Then love shows up, not in a romantic way, but as an energy that fills everything. You start feeling love for a tree, for the sky, for silence. You sit alone and feel surrounded by something invisible and pure. You feel people's pain, their beauty, their hearts. It's not emotional love. It's a deep, quiet love that doesn't need anything back. You no longer wait for someone to love you a certain way because you become the source of love itself. You stop needing love. You become love. That's the deepest change of all. At this stage, you realize you don't need a purpose anymore. The world always tells you to find your purpose. But now you see that just being alive is enough. You don't need to chase meaning. You don't need to achieve or prove anything. You could sit in silence and feel more complete than you ever did chasing success. People might look at you and think you've given up, but you haven't. You've let go. There's a big difference. Giving up comes from pain. Letting go comes from peace. When you let go, life stops being a fight. You stop trying to swim against the current. You let the river carry you. You stop being the one who plans and starts being the one who trusts. That's when life begins to move beautifully on its own. You notice how calm you've become. Animals come close to you. Strangers open up to you for no reason. Children feel safe around you. Your presence heals people, not because of what you say, but because of the peace that lives inside you. Even pain changes. You still feel sadness, loss, and confusion, but they don't control you anymore. The pain comes, stays for a while, and then passes through you. You don't hold on to it. You don't call it yours. You start to see that you are not your pain, not your thoughts, not your body. You are the awareness watching it all. That realization gives you a strength that no one can take away. You stop fearing the future. You stop regretting the past. You live now, fully, freely, awake. Some people ask, does this mean I'm done? But awakening doesn't end. It's not a finish line. It's like peeling layers off an onion. The more you let go, the closer you get to your true self. The final stage doesn't mean you know everything. It means you stop needing to. You become curious again, like a child. You live open to whatever comes next without fear or control. That's what real wisdom looks like. So if you feel strange lately, disconnected, invisible, softer, peaceful, don't doubt yourself. You're not fading away. You're transforming. You're becoming who you were before the world told you who to be. You're returning home to yourself. Most people never reach this place because it takes courage to surrender. But if you're here, it means life has been preparing you for something deeper. You're not just changing your habits. You're awakening from the story of who you thought you were. You might not have everything you once wanted, but you have something more valuable: peace. Real, unshakable peace. So if no one told you today, I see you, I feel you, and I'm proud of how far you've come. Keep trusting the process. You're not lost. You're finally free. And maybe, just maybe, that's why you're hearing this now. Because deep down, your soul already knows. You're closer than ever to your truth. You're not becoming something new. You're remembering who you've always been.